Hello, everyone. It's Samantha of Senses of the Soul, and this is my February Ascension Energies update. So we're now going into a deeper dive after January, where I'm sure you've probably been reassessing and realigning with yourself. We are going into Mercury retrograde in February. We start on January 30th, and we are going to continue to rebuild and go deeper into the places that we need to air out, dust off, and finally realign with on all parts of ourselves into oneness. So again, this is a time where it's going to feel a little more emotional, and you're probably already feeling it. January had a lot of bumps in it as well. But understand that by the time we get to February 10th, 11th, we are beginning to rebirth into our sense of authenticity and into a more empowered, heart-centered self. So keep that in mind as you go through the bumpiness of Mercury retrograde. And by the time we come out through the February 22nd, which is the 222 gateway, then we are well on our way to rebirthing. And please know that even if it feels arduous, that you are like a butterfly in a chrysalis, and it takes a bit when we go through those dark nights of the soul to wiggle out and get free and dry our wings off, ready to fly again to a new destination, to a new part of your life, to feeling in yourself that you are just different and in alignment much more with your value systems and who you truly are. So we have two archetypes in February that we are going to be working on. One is the sovereign, and the other one is the shaman. And whenever the shaman comes up, I know we're going to be going through a lot of shadow, but also when we come out the other side, then there's a lot more light. So know with the shaman, what we're going to be, the words for that are rebirthing and karmic freedom, because we are free now from all karma. We now have complete free will for those of us that are awake and living in the fifth dimensional reality and on the new earth timeline. Those that are still in the old earth timeline will continue to struggle a lot more, and we will continue to see old systems fall away as we unravel in this year of unraveling, and then we weave a new human tapestry that is much more abundant, peaceful, and prosperous. So we've got some lots of amazing things to look forward to as we move into the age of Aquarius, which we are now in. So the sovereign is about creativity and nurturing. And we're going to learn still more about what nurtures us, as well as more creativity is going to come online through our second chakra, our imagination, so that we can, again, not loop around into the same old solutions. We'll have new solutions, new ways of looking at things, new thoughts, ideas, inspirations, and wanting more, because our heart, as it comes more online, wants new adventures. And this year is about that, and where we want to go, and new relationships, and how we want to be different in relationships. So lots of creativity coming online there. You'll be ignited in whatever way you're going to be ignited. And of course, nurturing, it's like nurturing your creations. So the sovereign brings us into our sense of empowerment so that we can do that and create something very new. I personally love that archetype. It's one of my favorites. So know that as we go through Mercury retrograde, you're going to be tested. And as we go through February, because there'll be new choices that may come online for you, or events and things that are happening, but you really have to be discerning. And we're learning that. We're learning to listen to our higher self, and for those nudges and intuitive inner knowing that we have. And that's how we make our choices. That's in alignment with the cycles of creation and listening to spirit and taking a look at what comes into our life and knowing whether it's really in alignment with our heart and our highest good. So again, remember, take your time as you go through those choices. And if it feels right, it feels right. If it doesn't, then you may need to wait. You may need to put boundaries in. You may need to have the next step show up until you know exactly what that is. So we're really learning to move with that versus being in control or thinking we're in control. And as well, having to know. So we're going to continue to move into the unknown, and COVID will keep us, on our toes as we do that. I certainly feel that COVID is going to continue. The cases will continue to rise with the new variant, but that's because Mother Nature is trying to bring in balance and get us to learn some really valuable lessons, which we all are through this. And one of those is that we are not in control. So this is something that we'll continue to learn over the next couple of months for sure. And again, remember that you're going to have, as we go through Mercury retrograde, a more shadow, which means more trauma may come up. You may be more easily triggered. Again, our sleep will be very restless. We're going to have the wild dreaming. Remember to put in good boundaries, and just know that you may be more easily triggered. So watch that and try not to get pulled into any drama at all. You know, this is where we're really learning to keep our center and stay in balance. And again, anything that's not in balance with us, which is our highest good and with our head and heart, is going to then fall away. So to just trust that process as you go through this. And we will come up through Mercury retrograde out on February 19th, and then we go into the post-shadow phase until March 12th. Okay? And as usual, we have the moons in the month that will help us along with their energy that's coming through. Remember, please banish any negativity that you feel is coming in, or those circular thoughts, and don't try to know events when you get triggered thinking it's going to be the same thing again, because you choose, and you can choose differently. So really remember that, and trust that the universe has a plan and that you're part of that. So that's what I can tell you as we go through in February to please look out for. And the ascension symptoms, again, we're going to have a lot here. This is the mouth of God, the bliss chakra. There's lots going on in the head around sinuses, all down through the thoracic area and into the digestive system, down to the second chakra. There's lots moving around in there. So you'll have a lot of symptoms. I have all of those in my written blog, which is on my website, sensesofthesoul.ca. But yeah, there's quite a bit going on in here right now, because this is where we really live our truth. And again, that is through that fifth chakra, where we put our creations out into the world and live our truth. So this is shifting quite a bit as we're going through January and now into February. I have a number of products to help you this month. I have the Sovereign Elixir, as well as the Shaman Essence and the Elixir that I'm recommending, and my Sacred Union teas and sprays. Again, those are all in my blog and on my website if you want to head over there and take a look. I have all the cosmic dates there, as well as podcasts and that I've been doing lately, and an unveiling of my card deck. So there's lots going on coming through in February for you to take a look at and get resources to support you. And so I'm sending you all the best as you go through February with as much grace, ease, and humility as you can, and inner strength. And I'm sending you a galaxy of love. I will see you in March.